these things happen.
Welcome to the meditation challenge for those just joining and watching the replay. My name is Bryre. I'm your guide for today. So as I was mentioning before, we're often when we're coming from the head energy, it's a very contractive energy, and meditation is just one methodology. There's so many, but it's been one that's led me to the next steps, and it continues to kind of guide me on the healing journey of like, what's the next thing to discover about myself. So yesterday we worked with the letting go energy, and today we're going to be working with more of an internalizing energy. So when we work with specific techniques in yoga, we're aiming to clear the subconscious and the body of the subconscious mind. And what we're doing in meditation is we're expanding our awareness through coming into dharana, concentration, so we can stay in a focus point. And from that experience, once we get to rest in that spaciousness of being, which is meditation as a state of being, then the samskaras, the patterns, the mental impressions from past experiences, emotions, feelings, sensations, we start to basically allow them to come through in meditation. And as we expand our awareness, we can start to, just adding some people into the space, we start to then clear out the kind of the karmic imprints. And yogic philosophy is based on karma. It's based on that we're basically repeating lives, many lives, and some of us have to repeat a lot before we go back to source, whether you call that God, universe, orgasmic bliss, where we're all in love and light, in oneness, a vibration of oneness. And then we come into this human experience to notice duality or separation, the illusion of separation, right? And the journey home, I believe, is feeling our way home, back to love, back to truth, and back to that remembrance, that frequency of we are so divinely guided, we're so divinely held in each and every moment. And the journey home from the head to the heart is getting out of our own way. And the more we go into fear, the more that we try and plan and control our life, the less that we realize we cannot control anything in life, right? Anyone else with me? The only thing we can control is our mind and how we show up and how we respond instead of react. Do we react from this impulse, this program, this condition that we've been conditioned into? And I have many of these programs, many of these conditions, and this is why I do this work and humbly keep learning more about myself every single day. So this is my absolute mission, is to help myself so I can hopefully help you guys a little bit, and you can help your people. And it's that journey of remembrance, and we're all guiding each other home, back to love, back to truth. So my intention today with this Samana Vayu meditation is to help you digest your life experiences so you can turn it into wisdom and stop repeating the lesson. And sometimes we have to repeat it again and again and again and again and again until finally the what's more uncomfortable than change is staying the same. And yeah, that's definitely hitting me in my life in different ways, of when I've tried to control, try to manipulate, or try and do things in a way that the only way that I know how is from that control mindset space. And when we start to trust in flow and divine intervention, and we shift the energy, the fear and the contraction and the stuff that's blocking us from being that vessel of transmission, of love, of flow. And it's all not love, it's not love and light, but it's definitely the more that we can work with our shadows, see the ways in which we're trying to control, manipulate, and avoid actually feeling a lot of the emotions. That's definitely one that I'm really good at helping other people feel their emotions, but it's a struggle for me to still do it. So I receive help and guidance from my teachers. So yeah, that's like a little bit of a backstory. And obviously it all ties in, every day we're going to have a little bit of a teaching so you can understand like the bigger picture of like why we're doing what we're doing. We want to do it to free ourselves from these karmas, these impressions. I'm not saying meditation's the answer, not one thing is the answer, but you're guided to me, and maybe you're guided to a specific teacher or a specific methodology. Meditation is the channel, the vessel to connect you to source, connect you to your own divine intelligence, your own teacher that's going to connect you to the right people on your path, so you can start to move forward in your life from a place of ease, flow, and expansion, and less of that fear, contraction, trying to control everything. Which, like I said, we can't do that. So it's gonna backfire in our ass. All right. Are you ready to meditate? Roll those shoulders open, boobs forward if you're a woman. Yeah, like we gotta take ourselves less serious sometimes. I mean, sometimes I have to take myself a little bit more seriously, but as a friend says to me. So we're gonna roll our hips and just start to gyrate from left to right and using the breath. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And just in a clockwise motion, just allowing the energy, whatever's present right now. Maybe it's anxiousness, maybe it's excitement, fear. Welcome it all, invite it to dinner. Hey fear, I see you. Hey anxiety. Hey fear, rejection, all of the things that we are bound by as human in this human experience. And then once you've just come into your body, we're going to ground back into stillness. Let your belly soft, open, receptive. Probably go for around 20 minutes. So find your seat and get comfortable in it. Lengthen your spine, sit up straight, shoulders back, belly soft, pelvis open. And as we work with this energy of Samana Vaya, we're going to use 2 bandhas today, and I'll explain them first, so it's not so much in the mind when you're actually in the meditation. You can drop in. So we're going to work with 2 bandhas. Bandhas are locks, energetic locks, so we contain prana energy. That's really the path of Tantra, is containing, conciliating our energy. And if anyone lives in Bali, it's a very leaky energy. It's constantly, we're always like pulled out of our center. So we're going to come back into our center through this practice, and we're going to use the bandha Mula bandha, which is the pelvic floor. So I want you all to connect with the Mula bandha energy. So you're going to take a deep inhale, and then as you exhale, feel that pelvis engage a little bit. As you exhale, belly goes back towards the spine, hold. It's like a gentle squeeze, not too forceful. Let go. And as we practice this, we're going to use this in the exhale for tension and hold. And then eventually we'll apply it through the whole breath work, the whole pranayama. And then we'll also invite in Jala Handa Bandha, which is the throat lock. So I will let you know when it's time to engage both. And bandhas are an advanced form of pratyahara. Pratyahara is withdrawal from the senses. So the more that we can withdraw from the outside world, the more we can explore the inner world, which is where the juice is. So let's begin. So we're going to start with like a more of a Siddhavitri pranayama. So the breath will be, oh, got one more person joining. So the breath ratio at the beginning will be 6-3, 6-3, and then we'll go up to 8-4, 8-4. So it'll be inhaling for 6, holding the breath for 3, exhaling for 6, holding the breath for 3, and then we'll do that for a minute, and then we'll go up to 8-4, 8-4. Inhale 8, hold 4, exhale 8, hold for 4. Okay. So when you're ready, I'll count the first round, and then I'll invite you to count yourself. So we're going to inhale for 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold the breath in the chest for 3. Exhaling for 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Holding the breath out for 3. You're not breathing in or out. Just the breath retention. Inhaling for 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold for 3. Exhaling for 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And breath hold for 3. Beautiful. Now I invite you to count the pranayama yourself. So 6, 3, 6, 3. We use the counting as a way to concentrate the mind, to bring the mind to a single point of focus, which is quite hard to do if we don't have that, unless we've been meditating for years and years. And so as you're doing this pranayama, this breath retention and holds, on the next round, I want you to start to apply Mula Bandha on the exhale and breath retention. So as the belly goes back towards the spine for 6 counts, you're going to lift the pelvis up and hold it there on the breath retention, and then release on the inhale. And then you'll re-engage it on the exhale and the breath retention. So just working with that energy. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, just do the breath, and that's totally fine. And Mula Bandha is just that kind of the pelvis floor lock, like this, the first, second chakras, if we're talking about the energy systems in the body. So it's like almost like a gentle squeeze of the P muscle. It's 50% psychological and 50% physical. So even if you don't think you're doing it physically, just activate it psychologically and you're halfway there. Beautiful. Keep that kind of connection to the pelvis floor, and then just releasing as you let go. 6, 3, 6, 3. Now we're going to apply as well Jalahanda Bandha, the throat lock, on the inhale and inhale retention. So on the inhale and inhale retention, you're going to keep Jalahanda Bandha, the throat lock, bring the chin into the chest, and then breath in and the breath hold, and then you're going to release on the exhale. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, if you have the capacity today to increase a little bit more, then I invite you to take it up to 8, 4, 8, 4. So inhaling for 8, holding the breath with the chin in for 4, exhaling with the Mula Bandha, the pelvic floor lift for 8, and then holding the breath out for 4. And as you're doing this, I want you to keep both bandhas engaged. So now applying Mula Bandha engaged the whole time. We're not going to release it. If you do feel like you let it go, just re-engage it. And then you're keeping the chin tucked in the whole time. That's just to keep the energy from going into the mind and creating stories. So just keeping those both bandhas engaged. 8, 4, 8, 4. And just see if the breath, you can be guided by the breath without even needing to count. Once you've done it a couple of rounds, see if you can use the breath and the fullness of the chest and the hold to gauge the timing, so you can kind of release the work with the counting in the mind and just feel this felt sense body experience of how does it feel to fill my body full of breath for 8 counts and hold for 4, and then empty for 8 and hold the breath out for 4. Just trusting the wisdom of the breath and containing that prana, containing that life force, that energy within you. That is your power to create and to build a life that you dream of. We can focus our energy in one thing and not get distracted by pretty shiny things that will take us out of our zone, out of our genius. Life is always distracting us outside. And one who dreams outside, and one who looks inside awakens. This commitment to looking inside, even if it feels scary sometimes. Beautiful. Couple more rounds just like that. 8, 4, 8, 4, with both bandhas engaged. If you need to re-engage the Mula Bandha, please do. Keeping the chin in. And just noticing if it's easier for you to inhale and hold the breath. That's connecting you to your personal power, more of the masculine energy. Or is it harder for you to let go, and that's connected to the feminine, the receiving? Which inhalation or exhalation feels more easeful, effortless? So now we're gonna bring the breath, the pranayama, to 6-3-6-3, like we did at the beginning. Keeping the bandhas engaged for just another moment. You can drop the counting and just intuit the breath. Good job, guys. Now just bringing the breath back to a 4-2-4-2 rhythm. I want you to release the work with Jalahanda Bandha, the throat lock, and releasing the chin, coming back to neutral, and then releasing the pelvic floor and just feeling the spaciousness in the pelvic floor. And now as you allow the breath to come back into organic rhythm, I invite you to bring your awareness into the stomach and see this samana, this energy of samana, which is this internalizing, digesting force that helps us digest life, turn our life experiences into wisdom, but it also helps us to digest food on a physical level and nourishment. And this is why we practice these practices, to get better at life, to get better at digesting and transforming the things that we struggle with. So now we're going to connect to this energy, and every time you breathe in, you're going to see the energy of the stars, the moon, the sun, the sky, like all of this bright energy from the universe coming into the navel center. And you're going to hold it there for about 2 counts. So inhaling for 4, holding this bright light from the universe, the stars, the sun, the moon, all of this energy in your navel, this Manipura chakra, where we flame of fire inside of us. That is the fire we use to burn away our limitations, burn away our karma, and create the life that we love. And then exhale, release it back. And you're going to invite a couple more times like this on your own, just bringing in, see, feel, sense the stars, the moon, the sky, the sun, all of this bright light energy coming into the navel center. Holding it there and just feeling like a big ball of energy, this fire, this ability to digest life and turn it into wisdom, digest all these life experiences that we're having each and every moment through our interactions, through our energy, our emotions. And then exhale, let it back out. Do a couple more rounds to just see, feel that bright light, that sun, the moon, the sky, the stars, all of this bright light coming into the navel center, building, holding the prana, holding the energy, the life force there, awakening that sensation to feel our way home. All starts with right here, right now, in this moment. No escaping. And then exhale, release it. Do one more round on your own, connecting with that energy in the navel center, this samana energy. And then as you let go of the visualization, I want you to rest in your navel center, the seat of your power, the seat of your confidence, your will. Everything is coming from this space. You know, when we feel shitty, when we eat something crap, we feel it immediately, right? Because our digestion takes up so much energy. Mentally digesting things, emotions, thoughts, feelings, and also physical things like food. So I want you to see and feel samana as this kind of like energy that's moving all the way from the outside in. This kind of spiraling, spinning in the navel. And it's moving from the outside in, and it begins in your navel center. It's like you're taking everything in the universe and in this crazy human world, and you bring it all into the navel center and feeling this pulsation, this fire, this energy in the navel. Just feeling that spinning energy, and soon it starts to stabilize and become smaller and smaller, more centered and still. Steady light just in the navel center, the flame of samana. And we know when we're low on samana, we're low on this energy, we keep repeating the same shitty patterns. Our digestion may be feeling weak. Mentally we feel weak. This is because we're low on this samana vayu energy. Samana allows us to extract the fullness of the nourishment from our food, the wisdom from our life experiences, and turns it into fuel, into transformation. We can keep transforming. Evolution is death. The death of an old pattern, form, belief, structure. And if you're willing to transform, you have to change form. You have to die. And if you're willing to evolve, you have to die. So what part of you needs to die today? What part of you? What pattern? What thought? What energy is no longer serving? And let that go right here, right now. And as you feel that energy, maybe it's some form of contraction or limitation, I just want you to rest where you feel that energy in the body. Maybe in your heart, throat, belly. Maybe there's some form of heavy energy, contraction, emotion that's stuck. Just rest in that awareness of the energy. Okay, I see you. It's okay. I accept and feel you and see you. I'm right here with you. Whether it's fear about the future, anxiety, what's next? Maybe it's a sense of anger, maybe navel or frustration, maybe joy, love. It could be a happiness feeling too. It doesn't have to be a negative one. And as I invite you to just rest in that feeling, just really get curious about the emotion. And as you drop into the body, not into the mind, obviously we like to keep the story in the mind of why the emotion's there. See if you can turn the emotion up on the feeling, the negative feeling. I want you to turn the vibration up like it's a dial and you're dialing into the frequency of the emotion. And instead of trying to resist it and feeling contracted, you're just connecting into it and tuning it up. Even just for a moment, it may feel uncomfortable. You may resist. And bring your awareness into that feeling. It will soon disappear. And then I want you to ask, what is the message in the emotion? What is the message in the emotion? Emotions are messages. Emotions are gateways to the soul. So what is the message in this emotion for you today? And there's 3 questions which you can just mentally tune into right now in this expanded space of awareness. What situation do you find yourself experiencing again and again? What situation do you keep experiencing right now in your life that keeps coming back? What is the lesson you're tired of learning? What is the lesson you're tired of learning? What is the universe constantly trying to tell you? Those 3 questions if you want to bring out your journal and just write them down. I just wrote them in the chat box, and you can send me your reflections if you want to. My WhatsApp's open for any questions that may come up. You can take a photo of them. I can send them in the WhatsApp group as well. If you're not in it, just let me know. I'll add you to it. So as we close this practice down, you can just reflect on those questions while you're in this expanded space. And we're going to close the practice with a prayer. So bring your hands into prayer or on your heart space, whatever feels right for you. And as we connect our intention globally right now to meditate together and to look at our shit, look at the things that are blocking us from love and dharma and the flow of abundance, and life can be so easy and so sweet, but we overcomplicate it. I overcomplicate it. I'm sure you do too. How can we return back to that sweetness and that ease and that flow, which is our natural state of being? And meditation is just one pathway to remind us of that journey home, back to love, back to truth, back to source. So bring your hands into prayer, bring your chin in just to balance your heart space and just feel that divine connection to your own source, to your own being, knowing that you're doing the best that you can, and that's all that you can do. And now you know better, you can do better. And take a deep breath in, and we'll do 3 ums together, and then I'll finish with the breath. Take a deep breath in to exhale. Let go of any of that energy that was caught up in the body. And take another deep breath in to Om 3 times together. Om. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tashmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Asatoma Satagamaya Tamasomai Jyotirgamaya Rektomam Amritam Gamaya Om Sahanau Bunatu Sahanau Bhavatu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Mahavitashavahai. Om. All together. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Feeling that peace in your heart, in your being. Honoring all the people in your life that are supporting you right now, your friends, family. Knowing that God is always giving us exactly what we need. Even if the medicine doesn't taste so sweet, can we receive the love and the guidance from the universe, from source, from God, whatever you want to call it, from your neighbor, from your friend, from your partner? Can we, let our hearts open for that divine guidance and help, and ask, and you so shall receive. And that's my practice, humbly, is receiving, and learning to be okay with not always having to give in order to feel safe to receive. So may this energy of Samana guide you through your day and support you in life to get better at life and to get better at just coming back home into your body, into your being, tomorrow we're going to do a really special practice that I'm so excited to share with you. I've been doing it in my own personal sadhana, my spiritual practice, the last 2.5 years, and I shared it like a year ago with my group, and it didn't feel right, and it took me 2 years in order to feel good enough actually to share it. And it's a very powerful practice of removing the suffering in our hearts, in our being, right? And it's like the suffering that we all have, the shoka means to separate from our suffering so we can rest in the light of our heart, and from that light we can guide others to that space. And this is my practice, my devotion is to continue removing the blocks that stop me from love, so I can continue to love more fully. And that's really my gift, and I wish that I can show up more with love and wholeness and groundedness, so I can be that vessel for others and hopefully inspire you in the way that you move through the world to be that for your people and your community, your partners, and we can all share that love and bring each other home together. Om Shanti Shanti, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Thanks for practicing. I love you all so much. So nice to see you. I'm going to stay on. If you have any questions, I'll stay on for a couple of minutes. If not, you can send me a message on Instagram. We have so tomorrow, the day 3 is the Vishoka meditation, which is so potent. It's a different type of meditation. It's more tantric. These practices are more rooted in Vedic. I've done many different trainings over the years. You know, that belief that we're not good enough makes us do all these fucking trainings, and then eventually we realize, oh, I am good enough. And the epiphany comes through. And then the 4th meditation, we're going to be doing an expressive meditation to help us get into our expansive energy and instead of contracted energy. And then the 5th, on Friday, we're going to do energy to a Kundalini breath work that I learned from Noah. He's here today. And we're going to move energy a little bit and then channel it up the spine and just cultivate that kind of Shakti, that Kundalini that we all have within us. And that is the light and the dark. And the more that we can combine the two, the more that we can create amazing things and not be afraid of either one, the light and the dark. So write these questions down, send me your answers. If you have any feedback, I'm always open to hear. Hopefully you can hear everything. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you on Friday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. And yeah, I'm really excited to hold the space and just to guide this practice. It's been so powerful in my life. So thank you, Ruth, for helping me with technical stuff because I suck at it so much. Every witch needs a sidekick. She's my sidekick. She's like the brains behind everything. I just look pretty on the screen. But you're also very pretty too. All right, guys, I love you so much. Have a beautiful day. Can't wait to celebrate life with you some more, and see you tomorrow.